Hey, my name's Jason.
And I'm Braden.
And together we are
the okayest worship drummers. I said it before you.
Okay, no, you didn't.
Anyway, so today we're going to go over a song called So Will I by Hillsong. Been around for a few years, but it's still played a lot.
To
my knowledge. Maybe our church is the only one that plays it still. But there are a couple parts that are a little tricky if you would consider yourself a beginner or probably even intermediate drummer. Just some awkward timing and sticking, and we'll go through it. What are we gonna do, Jason?
We're gonna go over the individual drum parts, and we are going to break it down into a couple levels for you guys, whether you're advanced or a little bit more beginner. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Rock and roll.
Hey, man.
All right, so Braden is going to break down the first, oh my gosh. All right, so Braden is going to break down the first instrumental of the song when the drums come in. He'll break it down into a couple levels, but first he's gonna play it how it actually sounds.
Instrumental.
All right, so now we're gonna do it in one of the easiest levels you could do.
Yeah, so basically what we're gonna do here is just to strip it down a good bit and to simplify the tom pattern while also minimizing some of the kick output, just to make it in a little bit more stripped down form and a little bit more straightforward.
Instrumental.
All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit more of a complicated level.
So what we're gonna do here is we're just basically going to add back in quarter notes on the ride and add another kick. So it's gonna sound something like this.
Instrumental.
All right, so now we're gonna break down the last final chorus after that big bridge where there's a complicated snare beat with the toms. So Braden is first gonna break that down and how it's actually played.
Yeah, so it can be a little tricky. There's kind of a lot going on in the original recording, a lot of snare, and then it moves to a tom fill. We're gonna go through that, and then we're gonna go through two other options. But first, let's do the how it is in the recording.
Chorus.
So that is how it is actually played in the recording. And now Braden is gonna break it down to the easiest way you can play it.
So we're going to minimize once again and just simplify for the easiest form. So instead of adding all these 16th notes into the tom fill from the snare into the toms, we're just gonna go something a little simpler like this.
Chorus.
So that was the easiest way you could play it. Now we're gonna bring it up a notch. We're not gonna play how it's actually played in the recording, but we're just gonna add a little bit more to it, to a more medium level of how you can play it.
So right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the 16th notes going on the snare, but we're not gonna go to the tom fill. So we're gonna keep the kick like it is in the recording, and we're just gonna stay at the snare drum doing 16th notes.
Chorus.
I wish you were recording. Are you recording? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't realize you were recording. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that. I was like, no, that was such a good take.